National Barbecue Month technically is not over because there's still a week left here in May, but we are wrapping up our 2-week-long celebration of barbecue here in the Sunrise Show. We've celebrated viewers this week in particular. Viewers have sent us in some fantastically delicious barbecue creations. There is still one viewer left to meet though. His name is Keith, and my only fear here is that I have run out of room to fully enjoy what Mr. Keith has to offer. Are you viewer Keith?
Yes, I am.
Listen, man, I'm sorry. You probably put a lot of effort into this already, but we've done 2 straight weeks of barbecue, and I can't do anymore, man. I'm done. I'm sorry.
But Drew, I smoked this tri-tip for you.
Well, since you put it in those terms, I'll be right up. Whew. I gotta be honest, Keith, you got away with words, and quite frankly, away with your meat. So why don't you come over here and show us how exactly you put together that Santa Maria style tri-tip. What's the first step?
First step is trimming the fat off. I usually just try and get some of the excess hanging fat like this off.
So after we trim the fat, we gotta add the rub. You rub your meat, and you're using a Santa Maria style rub. What the heck does that mean?
Santa Maria style rub is this rub right here. It's mainly salt, pepper, garlic, and garlic salt.
Fat's gone, rub's on. What's next?
Next, we just wrap it and throw it in the fridge for 24 hours.
24 hours with Keith is 24 hours well spent. Did you know the man makes a mean slice of bacon in addition to his tasty tri-tip? So Keith, anything done to that tri-tip between the time it came out of the refrigerator until this moment when you're putting it on the smoker?
Yeah, I like to add another layer of rub to both sides before I put it on after it comes out of the fridge.
Why do you do that?
Because overnight, as it's spending time in the fridge, the rub you put on there soaks into the meat, so it's nice to have another layer over the top of it.
And now it just has to cook.
Now it's cooking.
All right, meat, start cooking. And just like that, I'm hoping it's done. Hey, when did you wrap it in tinfoil?
After it's smoked for about 3 hours.
Now how do I know it's done?
Well, you know it's done. You either check the internal temperature, make sure it's about 135, or you can open it up and see if there's juice collecting in the bottom of the foil.
Again, the artist's name, viewer Keith from Tigert. His masterpiece, the smoked Santa Maria style tri-tip sandwich. And let me tell you, buddy, this thing, it's wonderful. Oh man.
Oh my
Viewer
God.
Keith knocked it out of the park. So there he
Yeah.
was on the recorded portion of the program. Here he is in the live portion of the program.
This is awesome.
Honest to goodness, we've been doing this for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I've never yet said, and I'm still not going to say somebody did something better than somebody else, but I will say that is some unbelievable, probably the best piece of tri-tip I've ever had in my life. That is
Ever.
incredible.
It doesn't even need the sauce.
I would agree. Yeah.
No.
But his wife, isn't that her special recipe? But it is great.
That's her recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do want to point out real quickly, you can go to my Facebook page right now. I'm sure you've been there, Keith. It's a heck
Once
of a
or
page.
twice, yes.
Yep. Drew Carney, KGWTV on Facebook. I only bring that up now because if you go there, you see that picture or a couple of pictures of Keith and I. Just below that, you'll find the recipe for his Santa Maria style tri-tip. And I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I feel like you were telling me yesterday that you were hoping to maybe make this a career. You're not a caterer, but this would be ideally what you would do for a living, make this for the masses.
Yeah, that would be the ultimate goal. Me and my wife are in the process of actually getting a catering business started up.
Really?
for
Wow.
I'd buy
and
it.
this will be the headliner.
You have 4 happy customers right
All
here.
right. Good to know.
Absolutely.
Any
He
names
needs
in the
paying
works,
customers.
Keith? Any names for this catering
Yeah,
company?
we're calling ourselves 45th Parallel Barbecue.
I only
I like
plug
that.
you because I like you.
Parallel. That's fun.
That's fascinating. Awesome
Yeah.
stuff. The tri-tip was great, so here's a great recipe to try this Memorial Day weekend. The best part of these segments, and we've had a lot of fun. Thank you for making the tri-tip
you.
yesterday,
You're
the
welcome.
tri-tip today.
What is that? Next week is National Tri-Tip Week. Oh my gosh.
I think it is.
The whole week of this?
We'll have to have our viewer Keith back.
I'll be back.
I
Gladly.
feel like, Rod, you sped through that last look at the 7-day forecast because you wanted to shove more meat into your mouth. So the meat today, courtesy of this guy, this is viewer Keith. He is the 5th and final viewer to show up in our studio this week to help us celebrate National Barbecue Month. It's been a wonderful celebration.
It sure has.
Ashley, you have some Santa Maria roots.
I was born there,
And
as was Keith.
These are Santa Maria style tri-tips, or a tri-tip, if you will. So your opinion as you shove another piece in your mouth.
Keith, I think it's better than the tri-tip I've had my whole life in Santa Maria.
Wow, thank you
There
very
you go.
much.
He knows how good his stuff is, too. By the way, he's thinking about launching and is in the works of launching his own catering company. 45th Parallel will be the name. Our show's name is Sunrise. Today's show is next. Hi.